Good morning. I'm going to attempt to do what I think I'm going to call a deer gear video. Actually, several. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a video on what I carry with me generally out to the stand. I guess we'll start with, we'll go with my bag. This camera is in the bag. It is a Sony HDR CX405. By the way, I'm not currently endorsed or monetized by anybody. It's just all out of my own pocket. Okay. Sponsors are welcome to contact me if you want. We'll see. Actually, before I get to what's in the bag, let's go with the crossbow. This is a Barnett Whitetail Hunter 2. I was using a Barnett Quad 400, which I've killed several deer with that, and it's wicked accurate. I haven't killed anything with this one yet. I have a red dot scope on both of them. This is a red dot scope that I bought, oh gosh, like 20 years ago it seems like. I bought it for a compound bow. It didn't work out, but it's great for this. It's got like 11 settings on it. It's a Citron. I don't even know if they make it anymore. I put tree wound dressing on there to kind of break it up. See that? I thought about painting it, and I still may, but it breaks it up. On this crossbow they had shiny side plates on here, which is just stupid. It's more for making it look pretty than efficient out in the field, I can tell you that. Because if the sunlight hits it, it'll flash just like a piece of glass. Anyway, an improvement to the old Barnetts is they've got this shield here, which you can take them off, but that's your business. Keep your fingers out of the string. It's a little shorter, a little lighter, a little narrower. It's supposed to be using 20-inch crossbow bolts. Do it, anything you see me do at your own risk. I'm using 22-inch. These are Panderas. I got them off Amazon. They're probably made in China or Vietnam or someplace like that. But Carbon Express, I believe, is made in Korea or Vietnam, something. So it doesn't really matter. They're not made here in the USA. Find out where your Easton arrows are made, your Carbon Express arrows are made, and all your other brands. You might be surprised. Anyway, so what I did is I've got two crossbows that are in use. I can only use one at a time, but one of my nephews uses the other one. So I set them up with 100 grain Carbon Express Mayhems, 0 plane, 3-blade, fixed blade broadheads. You put a little rubber O-ring behind the field point, and that keeps them from rattling loose and falling off. Helps a lot. This crossbow's got the quiver on it. Oh, I will say this. Worst thing about this crossbow is the quiver in this respect. The slots that hold the crossbow bolts in the quiver are too small. I had to take a chainsaw file and hog them out so that the crossbow bolts would fit in there. They're almost impossible to get in and almost impossible to get out. I like the side quiver attachment though. It goes on the Picatinny rail. I put that on the side, then you can at least carry it. I've got that white piece of string on there. It's coming off. I'm gonna change it. But basically, I take the quiver off and hang it on the tree, on a little mini step or on a tree step. Anyway, okay, that's my gear. That's the heart of the gear. I've got one of these pads. I hunt almost exclusively out of ladder stands, so I take this pad. It's really nice on a cold morning like this morning. It was like 25 degrees. you're not on cold wood or cold metal. Usually there's a layer of frost on there. Just be careful. It could be slick. But once you get a little weight on there, it's alright. Got my chop saw out here. I was going to use it for a woodworking project, but I didn't end up doing it. Okay. So, what's in the bag is I was carrying a set of jersey gloves when I go back and forth to the stand. I got these fingerless gloves. These that have the hook and loop, Velcro, whatever it's called, on here where my finger is. If you go to wipe your nose, it'll rip your nose open. So the best ones I've found, if you can still get them, and I don't know what I did with them, they got little magnets in them, and they just put together with magnets. Okay, got a lanyard in here with a little carabiner on both ends. This is a factory one. It's got some reflective stuff in it. It's like 25 feet long. I actually cut these in half, put a big carabiner on one side and a little carabiner on the other. Here is my visor, camo visor. This is a mossy oak, I think. It's good for when you're looking into the sun. When the sun comes up high enough, you can take the visor off. Or when the sun goes down, you can take the visor off. And I put it right over my mask. So I carry a little bottle of water, part of a bottle of water with me. No particular brand. It is noisy though if it starts to creak. Got a buck knife here. This is a 121. It's got like a 6 or 8 inch blade on it. Probably, I think that's, I don't know what they consider it. Probably 6. Anyway, got my knife with me in there. I got a headlamp. This has got 2 basically lighting modes and 1 red light. Where my thumb is, there's red lights, and this is the white mode. It's got some stupid SOS modes and flashing and strobe. You don't need all that crap. This was about, I think, $100. I like it a lot. It's a Tac Life, which is, I'm sure, some Chinese brand. It's one of the reasons I bought it was internal battery, lithium battery, rechargeable. It's got some rubber armor on it. You can put it on here where my thumb is. You can put it on a tripod or a monopod, whatever. 1/4 by 20 threads. It does both English and metric. Yeah, it says here it's made in China. MLR01 lithium-ion polymer battery, 3.7 volts at 750 milliamp hours, made in China. Woohoo! Well, anyway, it is good though. Even with glasses on, it's good. It's rubber armed. It focuses good. Pretty happy with it. I tried it against my other one. It was like plus or minus one yard. And it's got a angle deal on there too. It tells you what kind of angle you're shooting at. Like for example, it's about 25 yards here to the end of the steps to that deer stand. And that's my practice stand that I just sit in the yard. It stays there all the time. And then when we sight stuff in, it's basically 10-12 feet up, which is indicative of a lot of the stands that I shoot out of. And usually like right here, we'll set one of these mineral tubs up with the crossbow block on it and shoot it. That's about 25 yards, give or take. Okay, let's see. I got a bunch of odds and ends here. I'm not going to go through them all. I got chapstick type stuff, lip balm, a marker, some little food tabs. I think there's a quick tourniquet in there. I hope I never need that. There's a little puffer to see which way the wind's blowing. Okay. These little babies are worth their weight in gold. This is Scott's anvil printers. I've had these for about 20 years, I guess, maybe. The deal is they cut pretty well. They will twist a little bit, but they're way better than a side cutter. That'll twist all on you. So you can see that. These are really good for cutting, I would say, branches up to about 1/2 inch, and you can also cut wire with them, copper wire. Don't be cutting number 9 wire. This little guy here, this is a Stanley. This is not the blade that came with it. I think this, and that's still sharp. This is a Makita blade, I think. Anyway, it's a reciprocating saw blade. It's just got a little Phillips head there. Yep, it's a Makita. I can tell by where the emblem is there. Since I put this on here, I've never changed it out, but it's a really aggressive wood cutting blade. I think it's 6 inches. They might call that 4, but I think it's 6. This is made in USA, unbelievable. I've had this for many, many years. It's a Stanley. It's blaze orange, it's plastic. I want to get one with a metal handle on it. But this is super, super handy for the bigger branches. The little ones, those pruning, anvil pruners, can't say enough about them. I've used the crap out of them. Okay, here's my pull rope for the crossbow. I do have kind of like a zip line going to a couple stands, so I got leather gloves. Here's some more chapstick. Sometimes I put a paper towel in there in case I need to wipe my nose or cut myself on a thorn, something like that. Okay, here's an extra face mask, just in case. Here's a big carabiner with the little guy on the other end. This is what I use the most. Sometimes I carry my crossbow, or I haven't gun hunted for quite a while, but carry the crossbow up and carry it down. Sometimes, if I don't feel right about it, I'll hook the lanyard to a branch, run it through the big carabiner, let all the stuff down on the ground, then unhook it and throw the lanyard down, which is the safest way anyway. This is just the case that the rangefinder comes in. And do I have anything back here in this back pocket? Yeah, I do. I've got another headlamp in there, which I forgot that I had. I buy these 2 and 3 at a time. These are the best little headlamps, and they're rechargeable with a phone cord. I try to get away from using anything that doesn't have internal batteries if I can help it. It's just better that way. You charge them with a phone cord, and it's far better, in my opinion and experience. So this, I don't know, 5-10 pounds, something like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I carry with me as far as equipment goes. But that's the basics. You can carry more, but remember, the more you carry, the more it's going to weigh. Pack it in, you got to pack it out. Okay, so that's probably, oh, let's see, no, I already said the pad. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll stop this video here, and then I'll go to the next one with all the stuff that I'm wearing. I know there was some stuff about the gloves and the visor, whatever, but I don't, well, I wear the jersey gloves out there, and then I switch to the fingerless gloves, especially if I'm texting somebody in the stand, or somebody calls and I don't take the call. You're going to take your gloves off and on, off and on, off and on, unless you're wearing some kind of gloves that are able to text through the glove or have a finger cut out or whatever. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.